Hey friends, so today I thought we'd do a little throwback. As part of my American Girl collection, I have old Pleasant Company catalogs. We will start with 1995 and just have a good time looking at some nostalgic doll finds. So our 1995 cover has Miss Molly McIntire in her raincoat and rain boots along with the matching child's size, which I just think is absolutely adorable. I still do not have this in my collection, but on the front of this one it says New Addy Treasures, pages 26 through 29. And hot summer gear for American Girl. See order form. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so on the first page we have a spread of all of the American Girl doll books going from Felicity, Kirsten, Addy, Samantha, and Molly. We're now up to the 6-volume sets. Each girl did originally start with just 3 books. So we have the covers for Meet Felicity, and then her full collection, Meet Kirsten, Meet Addy, Meet Samantha, and Meet Molly. And at this time, the paperback books were $5.95 each. The hardcover books were $12.95 each, but you could get the paperback collection for $34.95 and the hardback collection for $74.99. Oh, how times have changed. Oh, we've got Miss Felicity Merriman here in her 18-inch spread. I love that in the original catalogs they actually had these life-size photos of the dolls. They really knew how to advertise to us. So she has her little bonnet on, her little red necklace that for a time was a very interesting attempt at distracting from the seam between the doll neck and the torso. And Miss Felicity with her paperback book was $82, or with her hardcover for $88. So cute. I still don't have Felicity, but I think that might change soon. Here's Felicity's school story. I love her writing chair. So pretty. And her little inkwell. Just darling. Her Christmas story over here. Her Christmas gown and stomacher for $22. See, these are the prices I'm always trying to beat whenever I buy vintage Pleasant Company. I look at the catalog and that's how I set my price. It just makes it interesting. And then we have Felicity's birthday story. I love the birthday stories. I love how we get these nice big collections with, you know, the table settings and the chairs and all these extra little bits and bobs that really bring the whole world together. And her table and chairs were $95. Here we have her summer story. Felicity saves the day. So cute. I like her little hat. I love how she always looks like Little Red Riding Hood in this. That's just adorable. Over here we have Felicity's Treasures and Collections. Her bed is just to die for. My friend Sam, who had a Samantha doll growing up, did have Felicity's bed, and she was saying that their cat would always end up sneaking onto the bed and sleeping on it. This is a piece I would love to have in my collection. It's crazy how you can really see the amount of detail and everything that went into Felicity's collection. It seems like this is how everyone's was supposed to be, but by 1991, Pleasant Company had really settled in and they had a fan base. They weren't just a new company that was launching. They now were releasing to an entire fan base, and they knew that they could go bigger than they did with the first 3. This is the only item that I have from Felicity's collection. I actually got this at a consignment store for $15. All right, so here we have Miss Kirsten Larsen looking adorable as always. Her little braids, her pie bangs are just to die for. I love it. I know they all have the pie bangs, but the way they frame her face with the little braids and everything are just so adorable. I love how all of the girls have a red, white, and blue theme. They just play with different saturation and value levels for those colors, but it just makes the whole collection really cohesive. They knew exactly what they were doing. Here we have Kirsten's school story. Her little bench. It's just too cute. Absolutely adorable. Kirsten learns a lesson. I love all these tiny little pieces. I want to get more of her collection. I don't have any of her original Pleasant Company items. I have a reproduction doll, which is just fine, but I would love to get some more of her pieces. And I hope that American Girl is listening and releases more of the reproduction pieces. So here we have Kirsten's Christmas story. Please tell me what your thoughts are on the fact that they re-released this as a collector doll last year for Christmas. Yeah, I did not get her. I would have loved if they had just released her St. Lucia gown and accessories, but you know, maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. And her poor little Sari. Oh, poor Sari. Love her. Kirsten's birthday story. I am amiss to say that I did not get Kirsten's birthday outfit. I wish that I had that, and I wish I had picked up the reproduction when it came out, but I just got Kirsten herself. But this outfit is just so cute, and I always want to be brave enough to take out her braids fully. I haven't done it yet. But this table and chair set is one of the big things on my wish list. Like, my doll wish list is definitely to have the table and chair sets. Also, I love the little cats. They're so cute. They look like my boy, and the quilt is just darling. Kirsten's summer story. These red boots are so iconic. I love it. And I love that back in the 90s, back in the 80s and 90s, a, you know, quote, girls playset could have bugs and dead fish in it. Like, where are these things now? These are the kinds of things that I need to see in our American Girl releases nowadays. Please, please. But yeah, I love her little fishing set, and I love Kirsten's honey. How that all comes together in the story is just so darling. And then here, her winter story. First of all, the winter story, one of the weirdest American Girl stories, in my opinion. But I do love everything that's in this collection, especially her carpet bag. It's just so cute. And I always see the carpet bag paired with her drindle, which is the piece that I really want to get. For what was the price tag for this in totality? Let's see. We could get her set, Kirsten Starter Collection, Kirsten Doll, 3 hardcover books, so not all 6, just 3. Kirsten's Accessories, School Dress with Shawl, Pioneer School Lunch, Slate Bag and Supplies, Kirsten's School Bench, St. Lucia Gown, St. Lucia Tray, St. Lucia Wreath, Kirsten's Doll, and a hairbrush for $2.75. If you want a gift wrapped though, it's an extra $35. Oh man. This is the outfit that I really want. Actually, both of these are at the top of my wish list, so I would love to get her work dress, and I would love to have her drindle and kerchief. Living in the middle of nowhere, doing as much outdoorsy stuff as we do, I basically want to run around in my own version of Kirsten's work dress. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, the girl who started it all for me. Oh, Miss Addy Walker. I love her. If you're returning to my channel, you very likely know my history with Addy. Addy was the very first doll that I ever wanted from Pleasant Company. I got the catalog when I was about 9 or 10, and I asked for her, and ultimately my dad said yes, and then I said never mind because I felt badly that she cost a whole $82. So I said never mind. But I have her now, and I love her, and she is such a beautiful, beautiful doll. I love her cinnamon dress. The way that this like saturated blue plays off of this desaturated pink is just so nice. I love all the colors. Just such a beautiful, beautiful, and important piece of Pleasant Company history. Here we have Addy's school story. I did get the reproduction of this. I'm very happy to say I got it pretty much as soon as it came out, and I am so happy to have this in my collection. I always adore her lunch set and the fact that her cookies spell out love. It's just so precious. She is such a sweet, sweet character. I'm really hoping that they re-release Addy's Christmas set. This is such a special set with her little Ida bean. This is something that they definitely need to do soon. I really hope that they come out with Addy's Christmas Story. Next, we have Addy's Birthday Story. American Girl did re-release this last year and it sold out. I am very sorry to say that I missed out on it. I will not do that again. But her table and chair set is so beautiful. I love all of the solid wood and the woven seats. Everything is just so beautiful, and her little bird is just so precious. So, so precious. Addy's Summer Story. She looks so bright and cheerful here. Just adorable. I love her little marionette and her puppet show. Oh, that would be such a cool piece to have. Let me know if you have that. And her winter story. I love her cape so much. It reminds me so much of Samantha's. I always want to put Addy in Samantha's winter cape since I don't have hers yet, but maybe they'll do a re-release. Please do a re-release. Also, we see that they have Addy's undies here, so she has an actual hoop skirt. It says, getting dressed was quite a chore with underwear as elaborate as Addy's. Help her into the hooped skirt called a crinoline that gives her dresses their fashionable flair. Then add a white chemise and a ruffled red petticoat for even more fullness. Only $16. Oh my gosh. This is so precious. Oh. $19.95, come back to us. All right, and here we have Addy's Treasures. Her bed, I would love to get her bed, and her trunk is just gorgeous. I love that it has the hidden section underneath. So, so cool. And all of the images that are lining the inside of her trunk are just beautiful. Here we have the Great Summer Reading, the magazine just for girls. Little ticket for the doll hospital. Well, order form is still here. I love it. And hey, we can share a copy with a friend. Do you think this still works? I love her little basin and nightstand. So cute. And the little girls who got to model for this, I always wonder what their experiences were like. All right, and Addy's Complete Collection, it says it's $895. Wow. I mean, that being said, it costs a lot more now than it did then, but man, that is a different tax bracket. All right, and speaking of different tax brackets, we have Miss Samantha Parkington, whom I am pretty sure if my grandmother had known about American Girl dolls, because again, I asked my dad for Addy, and yeah, he said yes, I said no, I was a silly child. But had my grandmother ever received the catalog for them, I am positive she would have ordered Samantha for me without me saying anything. This was absolutely my grandma's cup of tea. She was a fancy, fancy lady. She would have absolutely loved her. So all of my old-timey taste I get from her. So cute. All right, so here we have one of my favorite Samantha outfits, her school outfit, her Buster Brown dress, just adorable. I was able to get her Buster Brown dress secondhand, but I still don't have her original tights or her original hair bow, but I found pieces to fill things in for the time being, and that is what I have her dressed in now. And I love this whole outfit on her. And her school supplies are so cute. I love this desk too. That I would really like to get that at some point. All right, we have Samantha's Christmas Story over here. It's so interesting. I watched a video by I Dream of Johnny on YouTube, and he went over like all the different iterations that there have been of this dress in particular, and it's just fascinating, all of the different colors and types of lace that they've used over the years. So if you have not seen that, I highly suggest watching some of his videos regarding the real early Pleasant Company editions of things. And here's her table and chair set. I would love to have this. I really would. Really, I want all the table and chair sets. I love doll furniture. I do have Samantha's birthday outfit. I got it secondhand on Mercari. And the fabric for this is kind of odd. It's very wrinkly. So I'm not a huge fan of this outfit in particular. It also doesn't look very Samantha. I think it looks very Grandmary, how Grandmary wants Samantha to look. And I think maybe that's why I take issue with this outfit as a whole. But I'm still very grateful to have it in my collection, and I do still utilize it. And I love her little bear. I'm a sucker for classic teddies. The pram is also very cute. Here we have Samantha's summer story with her little butterfly net and her oil paints. I love that. I had an oil paint set like this for a very, very long time. That was passed down to me from my great-grandfather, and unfortunately it got lost in our last move. But I do still have a piece from it. But I love this whole set. The I Pine for You. My gosh. Oh, it's just too silly. Just too silly. And one of the absolute best outfits. Samantha's winter story. I love the cape. I love the muff, the gaiters for the boots, the hat. It is all just perfect. No notes. Next, we have Samantha's Treasures and Collections, which has her bed, her nighttime necessities, her play dress, her tea dress. I have a replica of this that I got from a consignment store, and I just adore it. It's absolutely lovely. And you can get all of these in $19.95 for $2.95 and $35 for gift wrapping. And the rebel herself, Miss Molly McIntire. Molly is the doll that I looked the most like as a child, and I knew that, and that was why I didn't really like her. I don't know, there was just something about her that was a little unsettling for me, but at the same time, I always wanted a mini-me doll, and so I was drawn to her. I had a very contentious relationship with this girl until I got her. Yeah, love Miss Molly McIntire. Her little locket is so adorable. Here we have Molly's school story. I always think that this looks way more like a Christmas outfit than this does. That being said, yes, in the 80s, I definitely got dressed up by my dad and my grandmother in items very much like this. But the red, green, and yellow just, to me, looks very Christmassy. So I actually tend to dress some of my other dolls in this outfit for Christmas time because it's just too cute. How could you not? I love these sets. When this Christmas set was actively available from Pleasant Company, they used to trade out the snow globe, I believe, for playing cards because the snow globe would freeze while it was in transit during the winter. So sometimes of year you would get a snow globe, and other times you would get playing cards. That was a very interesting little bit of trivia. I love her radio. I don't have it, but my dad did gift me a similar doll-sized radio for Molly for Christmas last year, which I really appreciated. Oh, birthday set. I love when they get brave and they take out their hair. It's so cute. By the way, did you know that they used to make some of the original pets actually from, I think, rabbit fur? I'm very glad not to have any of the original pets for that reason. So anyway, I digress. But look at the tea set, look at the birthday set. I love it. I have the reproduction of her birthday set with the cake and the pin the tail on the donkey, and I just love it. I bring it out for my birthday every year, and it's so much fun to get her dressed up with her little crown and everything. So yeah, this is just such an adorable set. And so underneath this, it's a drop leaf wood table, and I grew up with a drop leaf wood table as our breakfast table. It had been passed down from my great-grandparents. And for that reason, I really wanted this original table. And I ended up finding it at a thrift store for $30. I just was going through a thrift store and I saw this table and I was pretty sure that I knew what it was. It was labeled as a salesman's sample table, which it was not. It was Molly's table for 30 bucks. I was so excited. Glad I held up for that one as long as I did. All right, and here's Molly's summer story, complete with buggies and worms, which I love. I also have the reproduction of this, and I just love that set so much. This is one of my favorite things to get her dressed up in. Also, Molly's winter story. This coat set is so cute. I have a seamstress made version of this coat and hat set, but I really would like to, at some point, get the Pleasant Company edition. And I would love to have her little umbrella and suitcase. They're just such cute pieces. And we have that. How cute. Oh, and her paper dolls. Ah, I used to play with paper dolls. I love paper dolls. All right, then we have Molly's treasures and collections, complete with the Halloween costume that we do not speak of. But this is my favorite Molly outfit. Her after school outfit is just adorable. I love the plaid. I love the pants. This is my favorite. I really want to get this at some point. This looks like something that my dad would have dressed me in. But this is so cute. And I love her jammies. Her jammies have been on the top of my wish list for a really long time too, and I just have not purchased them yet. I'm still waiting for a good deal. So let's see, how much were her pajamas? $18. So I have to find them for $18 or under. That's the way I play this game. All right, and we could have all of these items in $19.95 for $2.85 plus $35 for gift wrap. This is something that I wish American Girl did more of, where like the extra sets of items that you might otherwise lose or misplace. So for instance, the ribbons for Molly. There's also the shoes and socks set for Samantha. Molly has her shoes and socks sets down here, which is only $12. I wish that they did more items like that for historical characters. It would just be very nice. All right. And here we can dress like our dolls. Oh, these are just darling. This, by the way, an introduction to Williamsburg. This, from all of my digging and research, is the only book that was published by Pleasant Tree Press. The copyright is 1985. It was published in 1991 with Felicity's release, but is the only book that was published by Pleasant Tree Press. I thought that was very interesting. These are all just so precious. I want to fit into all of these. Man, to model for this, what a trip. We have Addy's collection, so precious. This little girl is just beautiful. I mean, all the kids in this are absolutely beautiful, but she just has such a quality about her. She looks like she's having so much fun, and I love that. These are just so precious. I love that expression. That's too cute. I also wish that they still did more of this. And Miss Molly. Okay, she looks like she's having fun. Good for her. And let's see. Miss Molly's matching jammies would be $38 for you, or her slicker and rain hat would be $65. And you get the plaid book bag. Oh, that, I'm coming for that. I did not know that existed. I am now going to be coming for that. The plaid book bag and the umbrella. The umbrella was $12. The book bag was $28. All right, Mercari. I love this basket set, by the way. The little basket for your doll and the garment bags, I just think is such a sweet idea. Like, you go over to grandma's house, you go to your auntie's for the weekend, whatever it is, you pack up your doll, you put her things away in their garment bags, and you go off for your little trip, and you get to bring your best friend with you. How sweet is that? See, this is what I need. I need them to sell an extra pair of Molly's glasses. I just replaced them with some that I found on Amazon because my Molly's glasses arrived broken when I got her for Christmas. All right, in American Girl pastimes, I actually have several of these. I have some of the cookbooks and the craft books and the paper dolls, and they are so cool. I love them, and I want to fill in the rest of my collection. Do you guys have any of these? Please let me know. I just think they are so neat. I love old crafts and recipes. Then we have the American Girl pastimes, activities from the past for girls of today. Artisan craft kits. I love that you used to actually be able to order these individual craft kits for girls. So you have the weaving loom, hooked rug kit, embroidery sampler, play apron, paper marbling kit, knitting Nelly. They seem to range from about $14 to $22. And there we go, friends. That is the end of our look through of the spring catalog from Pleasant Company, 1995. All right, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope this was a nice little reprieve from whatever else you have going on right now. Just take a breath and get ready to head back in. All right, thanks, friends. I'll see you later. Bye.